December 21st, 1988, 7:03 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Pan Am Flight 103 transmits its last routine position report over the North Sea. Pilot's voice is calm, unremarkable. 38 seconds later, the transponder goes dark. The aircraft vanishes from radar. No distress call, no final word, just silence. For the next 3 minutes, wreckage falls on the Scottish border town of Lockerbie. 11 residents die in their homes. 259 passengers and crew are gone. The investigation that follows will become the largest forensic inquiry in British history, and it will expose a geopolitical chess match spanning 3 continents, 2 decades, and 1 central question. The crash site spreads across 845 square miles. Investigators from Scotland Yard, the FBI, and the Crown Office arrive within hours. They walk a grid pattern through mud, debris, and fuel-soaked fragments. Every piece is numbered, every item catalogued. The search yields tens of thousands of fragments. Most are useless. One is not. Forensic scientists find a small piece of circuit board embedded in a charred shirt. The board is unusual. It contains a timing mechanism, a battery, and a detonator trace. This is not part of the aircraft. The team sends the fragment to the Defense Science and Technology Laboratory. Analysts identify it as a Swiss-made MST-13 timer. The model is rare. Only one country's intelligence service is known to use it. The trail leads to Libya, but Libya denies everything. Muammar Gaddafi's regime issues statements. There are protests, diplomatic cables, UN resolutions. The evidence is circumstantial. The case stalls. Then, a defector surfaces. In 1991, a Libyan intelligence officer walks into the US Embassy in Cairo. His name is Abd al-Majid. He names 2 men, Abdelbasit al-Megrahi and Lamine Khalifa Fhimah. Both are Libyan intelligence operatives. Both were in Malta before the flight. Al-Megrahi had booked the ticket. Fhimah had stored the luggage. The defector provides a second piece, a timeline of bomb assembly, a route through Frankfurt, a connecting flight. The investigation pivots. Sanctions are imposed. Libya is isolated. But extradition takes 9 years. The case becomes a diplomatic tug-of-war. Britain, the United States, and Libya negotiate through the UN. In 1999, Libya hands over the 2 suspects. They stand trial in a Scottish court sitting in the Netherlands. Camp Zeist, a former US airbase, becomes the courtroom. The trial lasts 84 days. Forensic experts reconstruct the bomb path. They show how the suitcase moved from Malta to Frankfurt to London. They identify the timer's serial number. They trace it to a Swiss company that sold timers to Libya. The defense argues the evidence is planted. Al-Megrahi maintains his innocence. Fhimah is acquitted. Al-Megrahi is convicted. He is sentenced to life imprisonment. The investigation officially closes. But the case never truly resolves. Questions persist. Why was the timer never recovered in full? Why did a second fragment of the same board appear in a separate location? Why did the US and UK governments withhold documents for decades? Al-Megrahi died in 2012, his guilt still contested. The families of the victims continue to campaign. They believe others were involved. In 2022, the US Department of Justice revealed new information about a second bomb. The evidence was known in the 1990s. It was never presented at trial. The case remains open in the minds of many. Lockerbie is still unsolved. But the timer fragment sits in a police vault, untested, unanswered, ticking in silence.